This right here is the easiest and most beautiful novelty philodendron you can grow in your home, and I'm gonna tell you why. This right here is Philodendron majestic. This is a man-made hybrid, Verrucosum and Soderoy crossed together. Now, Soderoy and Verrucosum, they're not the easiest species of airwoods to grow. However, their hybrid is amazing. This is a mature form. Oh my goodness, this is a mature form, and I actually have multiple majestics because they are so easy to propagate. I actually am going to get rid of this one. I'm selling this today, and I'm going to start over with my smaller ones. But this right here is a mature leaf. Look at that. It perfectly blends the metallic and silver patterns of Soderoy, but also has that just beautiful elegance and blush tones. Can you see? Oh, what a mess. Can't even see. Verrucosum. There we go. And we all know, anyone that grows Verrucosums know they are not easy houseplants. They're not the ideal houseplant, guys. This one is great. Let me show you a more juvenile form right here. This is probably them in their best form because they really show off the silver a little bit more. Right? Do you see that right there? So one thing that you can do is that you can either let it climb or you can let it trail. I'm actually training this one to trail. Guys, I propagate this thing like weeds. It's great. First of all, unlike Verrucosum and Soderoy, these roots are actually a lot hardier. This moss is pretty much totally dried out, and usually a philodendron species will not like that. They like perpetual moisture in their root system. This hybrid right here, well, you don't want it to totally dry out like a succulent. Look at that, the roots are still looking mighty healthy. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to let this one trail so that it keeps the more juvenile form, which has a little bit more silver in the leaves, and then I'm going to let this one climb. And honestly, guys, within just a matter of a few months, it's going to get as big as this one did. This was the mother plant. This was this the top cut? Was it the top cut? Yeah, you know what? I think it was the top cut. And then these were like mid and bottom cuts from literally 3 months ago, 3-4 months ago, if that. And one thing that I love about these guys is that unlike other aroid species that climb, these do not need a moss pole to size up. Look at that. Look at that right there. There's a lot of people out there that say you need to let your aroids put out aerial roots to get bigger leaves. Well, I'll tell you right now, there's the proof that this particular man-made hybrid does not need a moss pole to get bigger. And the leaves can get even bigger than this, if you can believe that. It's also very easy to propagate, guys, honestly. Right there, all I would do is just take one of those flimsy orchid pots, I would cut it, I would wrap it around here, tape it, I would put moss in there, keep the moss moist for like a month or two, and then these roots will reactivate and start growing out, and then I will cut it right below, and I got 2 plants, just like that. So when the leaves come in, I don't have any fresh new leaves to show you, but, oh, actually, you can kind of see this leaf. Do you see how they come in a beautiful blush? Let me see if I can show you guys that, or you know, if I put my beautiful face there, it might, no, you can't. Because it wants to focus on the face, so if I put the face there, is it so? There we go, there we go. Yeah, you see that? And then when they unfurl, they actually do stay that blush, kind of salmon pink for maybe like a week or so, and then they slowly harden off to green, but they do keep a little bit of their blush undersides for a few weeks. You can kind of see that one there. That is from the Verrucosum, right there. Oh, look at that leaf. Look at that camo. That's not camo, that's glammo! Very forgiving when you underwater it, but don't let it get too dry. It's still a Verrucosum hybrid, it's still a philodendron, it's not a monstera, it's not a succulent. It definitely wants to stay moist. It's early, it's like, I can't even talk right now. I just woke up, and I'm like, I have to do this before they come pick it up. But a lot more forgiving when it comes to underwatering. Doesn't need a lot of light, guys. I don't have these in prime spots. I have one that was in a north-facing window this whole time. I've had them sort of like off to the side of the grow lights, not even underneath them, and they're just fine. Honestly, guys, I mean, they're not a velvet leaf or anything, but you can see just from the pattern, that silvery pattern and the dark leaf, you can tell these plants, they don't need highlight to survive and to thrive. They need like medium light. Don't put them next to your ZZ plant or your snake plant, but you know, your calathea, you feel me? So yeah, easy when it comes to watering, not fussy at all when it comes to light, not fussy at all when it comes to sizing up, because these things, they do not need moss poles, which is amazing. Do not need moss poles at all. Pests, oh, let me tell you, varicosums get spider mites like crazy. They are spider mite magnets. Anyone that grows a pure, true varicosum knows they are very, very fussy when it comes to pests. I mean, once one little pest gets it, they all come running for it. These guys, not so much. Yes, they are susceptible to houseplant pests, but not nearly as much as varicosum or soderoy. They got that hybrid vigor, people. And you know what? I just found little colonies of spider mites maybe like last week, and the plant looked just fine. I was like, wait a minute, I thought the plant would have looked a little bit worse for wear. I thought, you know, I thought the leaves would have gone a little bit shitty, but no, it didn't. So that's a good plus too. Even when it has pests, it doesn't immediately go to crap. Any pet peeves on this plant? Nothing comes to mind, guys. This thing is tough, it's robust, it's easy to care for, it's fuss-free. Like, also, it's the most beautiful philodendron ever. I mean, look at this, and look at this. You know, there is this narrative that they lose their beauty and maturity. No, they don't. No, they don't. It's just lighting. It's a little bit more subtle. This is more prominent. The silver, look at this. Yeah, it's less prominent, but it's still there, guys. And when you look at it in light, it does still reflect the silver. So it's still very, very beautiful in maturity. Look at that. And very fast growing, so if you want to cut it back and start it over from a juvenile form, you can do that too. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Just a quick little video on the best philodendron in my collection and what will be the best one in your collection. If you have this in your collection, let me know how it does for you. If you're like, Jake, that is the worst philodendron in my collection, tell me why, and tell me why you lie. Tell me why you lie to my people, because yeah, that's not true. This is literally the easiest philodendron. Anyone that I know that has this philodendron says the same thing. So, but if you want to start some drama, pop off. Let's go for it. I'll probably give you guys an update in a few months, maybe in the spring, when this one starts to trail. I don't really see anyone trail these guys, but I have a friend that does let hers trail. It's beautiful. So, I'm gonna let this one trail. And I'm gonna let this one climb. I was going to give one of these to a friend that wanted one, but that was months ago, and now it's super big. It's super big. It's too big. So yeah, she wanted a small one, and now this thing is it's getting pretty big. It's getting pretty girthy. So yeah, low fuss on watering, low fuss on light. You can move it around. I move these things around all the time. They're not fussy when it comes to moving them around. They have no issues whatsoever when it comes to unfurling their leaves. They don't do like the inchworm thing where they need high humidity, you know, or else they do this in the caterpillar before they pop out. They never tear their leaves. I'm looking at all these leaves. I don't see any tears in the leaves. Any tears? Guys, this was the first leaf of this chunk, of this stem cutting. First leaf. First frickin' leaf. This one here. First leaf. Guys, when I tell you it's the easiest and most beautiful novelty plant, not even just philodendron, plant ever. Ever, ever, ever. Guys, oh, by the way, maybe this is helping it, but I do grow all of these in vessels with no drainage holes. So you can do a fancy vase like this, you can do a little to-go cup, or a red solo cup, I don't know, but I like the clear cup so I can see the roots. I grow them in moss with some free draining base. This one is fluval. Yeah, they're all fluval at the bottom. They're all fluval stratum at the bottom. But you can use really anything, doesn't have to be that. So yeah, and some people, if you're like, oh Jake, I don't like sphagnum moss, it dries out too quickly for me, whatever, maybe use your standard aroid mix, maybe use tree fern, maybe use, I don't know, use something else. Use something that you like that will retain moisture, because they do like to stay wet, but they can tolerate drying out, and like their leaves don't go crispy. Like if this was a regular varicosum, at this point where what is this called? The moss. If this was a regular varicosum and the moss was at this state, I would already start seeing the leaves get a little bit like either chlorotic or browning on the edges and stuff. It just wouldn't look good anymore. And all the leaves and all the time I spent into growing that plant would just all wither away overnight. But not for this guy. So yeah. But that is it, everyone. Oh, well, I need a desk. I need like a I don't have room for that. Oh, you like my shirt, guys? I love this shirt. I just love it. Two beautiful philodendrons, but I'm so sorry, my hair just. Two beautiful philodendrons, but you get both of them in one with Majestic. I think they're gonna be here in a few minutes, so that's gonna end this video. If you liked this video, you thought it was helpful or informative or entertaining, then give it a like and share it with a friend. Subscribe to this mess of a YouTube channel. And yeah, and if you didn't like this video, well, hey, I appreciate you watching till the end. And until next time, this has been Jake and Zara, also known as Plant Gate for Life. Go check out my music on Spotify. All right, bye.
If you enjoyed this video, please interact with it. It lets me know if I am making content you enjoy. Leave a comment letting me know your thoughts, and share it with a friend. This has been Jake, also known as Plant Gate for Life.